Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Dragoon and the Divine Tree. So I find it a rather strange area, to say the least. It has some rather strange enemies to show off as well. First things first, see the little sparkle? See it? See it? If you approach it, we get a Phoenix Bloom, which I don't need, but it's there. Why not pick it up anyway? There are, how many? 5 new enemies in this area, one of which is of particular interest, and we'll get to that when I happen to run into it. First, let's examine little sparklies on the floor, or in the tree, or whatever this place is. Oh, a dried up fruit, so a species that didn't do anything, or didn't evolve enough, or what? I guess that kind of proves a little bit, doesn't it? Anyway. Yeah, we better hurry and save the world before there is no world left to save. And new enemy, please? Alright, first new enemy. I was kind of hoping to run into 2 of them, but oh well, whatever. And that's the one I wanted to run into. This is the cute cat. You can use Bewitch, and he can eliminate you from battle, so instant death. He has an all-out attack. However, he has a chance to drop, I think it's Dancer's Shoes. I wrote Dancer's Shoes. Hopefully that's right. If not, it's Dancer's Ring, but at a 2% drop rate. So, yeah, I threw the Ultimate War God on Meru to make it easier to do her addition while I was, you know, only half paying attention. So, anyway, let's also use... Actually, I think off-screen I managed to up Hashel, so he should be on. Nope, he's not. I left him on Hexhammer. Oh well. Alright, I think I already learned it with him, and I didn't get the drop. Oh well. Would have been nice, but I don't usually have 2 females in the party at once just because of balancing purposes. More than anything else. Anyway, he's on the Fairy Sword just because I'm not really using him, and I wanted to use the Therapy Ring on Meru, which I will be switching later. Where was I supposed to go? Additions! Yes! Omni Sweep, his final addition. Omni Sweep starts off at 300% damage, which is quite good, and he gets some good SP for it as well. Mastered... Albert's there, and he gets 200 SP per hit, which is why he'll easily gain up to his last Dragoon level very shortly once I start using him again. And Cat's Cradle, made some good progress there. What I've been doing on the way here, all the battles I've had to fight, is I've been using Speed Up on Meru and then just having her attack over and over again, because why not? It takes longer for the fights to go, but with the Ultimate War God on, I can just fast forward through the whole thing, and it actually takes less time, so... Anyway, everyone else is pretty much set, so... Now we have Omni Sweep, so I can show that off in the next fight. There are some new enemies to show off, some other ones, so hopefully I can find them. Go over here to the little pond. Oh! Some kind of fish, huh? Well, of course it would be, based on the way that this this creation myth is working out. Everyone just was a fruit and fell off, and ta-da! Magically, there was enough of them to reproduce. I don't know. Anyway, let us move on. This area is actually relatively short. Well, this part of the area anyway. See if we can show off some new enemies on the meantime. Well, there's one new enemy. This guy, I'm assuming, is called Mountain Ape. Yes. Mountain Apes can use Power Up. So, yeah, Cute Cat has status effects, so I want to get rid of those first. They're kind of annoying. I'm surprised how much I've used the Ultimate War God. I've almost never used it. I always get it's like, well, I can use something that's way better, so why would I use that? And that is Omni Sweep. Now, if I recall correctly, I don't think Omni Sweep can be interrupted, which makes it quite useful. And that's instant death, and that's not very nice. Ow. I was kind of hoping Omni Sweep would take the guy out, but I gotta kill him even before reviving Meru, just because if he stays alive, he can do that again. So let's end him. And then one thing you can do in normal fights, which I don't tend to do, is you can use different like the power up and power down and speed up and speed down and other types of items, but I don't really find the use in them. Well, there is a use, specifically with using the magic signet stone to prevent enemies from doing anything. You can basically, you know, negate all damage coming in, so that can be quite useful. Let's revive Meru. Don't worry too much if you use up, you know, your supply of items. There's actually a shop later on, and I'll explain how and why that works when we get there. But yeah, these guys are not particularly difficult to deal with. And Omni Sweep is just so much better than all his other additions. It doesn't have the same off timing thing that screwed me up with pretty much all the other ones so many times. And he's gone. Okay. And we get some pretty good experience while we're here. Let's see if I can find the other enemies around here. Mainly because, well, let's see if this is a new one. Okay, there we go. This is probably the Manticore. Yes, it's the Manticore. Okay, this time, so I don't have to deal with that, his status, let's just use the magic signet stone on him to start the battle. Then I won't have to worry about him killing people or bewitching them. And then I can just wail away on him. Now, the Manticore can inflict fear, petrify, use some magical attacks, as well as an all-out attack. None of which I'm particularly worried about because I'm probably going to kill him before he gets the chance to do much of anything, or he could inflict fear on me right away. That would suck too. Okay, fine then. This game's turning me into a liar. And that's crap damage with fear on. That's not very nice. Alright, let's finish this guy off, hopefully with this attack. There we go. And I don't know how much HP this guy has, so I'm just going to hit him a couple times because I want to use my Dragoon form to get rid of the status, which I'm just going to do right now. Have we seen him transform? I don't even know if we have. If not, there we go. We've seen his ultimate magic spell. I think we've seen all his magic spells, so I don't need to show that off. Just need to finish this guy off and be done with it. And more Kamehamehas. I love the outro theme for the victory fanfare there. Whatever it's called. Anyway, so that leaves 2 new enemies left. Now, here we get an issue. Anyway, there's a stream and sending vital force to the moon that never sets. So if you go into, you know, what this is a metaphor to, yeah, it's like it's focusing like, oh, what's that, like an umbilical cord or something like that. It's, yeah, you can look at the references as much as you want and pick apart what exactly different parts of this mean. It is what it is. I'm not going to get into it because it really doesn't, you know, concern me all that much. Anyway, So if we take the stream, we can get all the way up to the moon that never sets, which is our goal. However, you don't want to go in there because, at least if you're using this emulator, because, glitch alert, it will not work. It will freeze. You will not get through. What we need to do is we need to go back, make a proper save file, and like what happened with talking to Meru and the Queen Fury on Disc 2, we need to use a different emulator to get up there. It'll load up the image and you'll see guys spinning around, but they won't go anywhere. So in order to fix that, we need to go and use the other emulator, which means I need to go to an actual save point so I can make a save, because save states aren't able to cross between the two emulators. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to show off the last couple of enemies, assuming I can find them, and then I'm going to make a proper save file, go do all that stuff, and then we'll meet you back up there as I'm about to go into the stream. And wow, that's the 2 new enemies. That's cool. Anyway, Meru died again because I forgot to use my magic signet stone on the stupid cats. Need to learn to pay attention. Anyway, Potbelly can use disable and a number of different elemental magical attacks, so beware of those. They usually hit all enemies, or all allies. And here we have a slug, which looks more like a worm. Weird, creepy thing. Anyway, they can just use some magical attacks. I'm not particularly worried about them, so I'm going to go after them first. Okay, 400 damage, not too bad. In this case, I think I'm going to use Dart to take out one of the other guys and have these two focus on that guy, the guy that died. These guys look a little more like frogs than potbellies. I don't know. I don't know what a potbelly is supposed to look like, other than the one, that I carry around with me all the time. Anyway, yeah, let's finish off these guys, and hopefully they don't wail on me with magical attacks, because that would be annoying. Okay, let's finish this guy off here. There we go, and so that's all the new enemies in this part of the area. So yeah, I will make the appropriate preparations and I'll meet you up by the stream there. Okay, we're back. And all we need to do is hop in here. And if everything looks a little different aspect ratio, stupid menu thing up there, yeah. That's because different emulator, which is what we need to get by here. If you come in here within the other emulator there, people will be spinning really slowly and they'll never make it all the way to the top. I think you'll only ever see Dart, Albert, and Rose, in fact. Don't see the rest of them. But since we can switch emulators briefly for this, we can get by here without too many issues and pop into... What the hell is this? Like a weird area with tree stalagmites. You feel revitalized. Well, free healing point. That's great. I don't believe we can actually go back down there now, so we're trapped up here now, as opposed to being trapped below, which we still couldn't get back to the ground. Okay. Oh, there's the rest of the party. Successful landing. Uh-huh. And I'm assuming that's supposed to have a better sound effect, but for whatever reason the sound effect doesn't seem to work particularly well in this emulator right now. I don't know why. Anyway, if you noticed up in the top right there, that little caterpillar thing got all uppity when Kongle, I guess, vibrated the web and woke it up. Looks like a bug. Yeah, pretty much. Huh. Well, I'm sure we'll never see that again. It's all going off in a completely different direction. Anyway, we have to keep going. Now, someone wanted to explain to me why here, of all places, we get, finally, the white silver dragon armor. I have no idea why it takes so long to get this. I really don't. And don't mind the sound effects, they're off. Anyway, it's better than the sparkle dress she was using, and it gives her quite a bit more magic defense. Yeah, that's awesome. And we'll want her to be using that throughout most of the rest of the game. But if we go over here, we get a free healing point that we can actually come back to and reuse, which is nice. And we can move on. Now, if you see a little green flicker in the screen, I use this emulator so rarely that I don't know why it's doing that, and I'm far too lazy and far too busy to try and figure it out, so just deal with it. We don't have much time before we find the next save point, and then we can go back to the emulator that we're all used to. Well, I'm used to anyway. Here's another fruit. Yep, we're all gonna die. Let's get going again. Okay. Okay, there we go. Past that battle. And into the next screen, and save point. But that's going to do it for this episode of Let's Play Legend of Dragoon. Next time, we'll move on through the Divine Tree and hopefully save the world before, well, everything dies. So that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.